the way the world works. You gotta make them go your way. You think things are gonna just happen for you? Well, they're not just gonna happen for you. You gotta make them happen. Each Monday, go make things happen.
There's so many times in life you don't want to be doing what the fuck you're doing. You can't just fucking quit. Remember this, it's in the hobby, it's in the fucking junk, it's a fucking lifestyle. So what you say to yourself is important. There's no fucking coach, there's no trainer to keep you going, only you. The whole thing is this, don't say a word. Stay uncommon amongst uncommon people. You're never done. Don't stop when you're tired. Stop when you're done. Stay hard.
Tomorrow doesn't work. You do it today. You get it done today. That's what you do.
People spend time waiting for when the time is going to be right. They're waiting for the pieces to fall into place. They're waiting for the planets to align. They're waiting for everything to be all set. It's not going to happen. You want to know when the time is right? The time is right now.
You cannot stop while you could be working, while you could be further along the road. You sitting there contemplating, like you're sitting there moaning about it. You're sitting there complaining about it. You gotta work. Get your life in your hands, like flat out. Take responsibility. It's time to take ownership. Take ownership of your life. Take ownership of your time. Take ownership of your day. Tomorrow, tomorrow, tomorrow. Ain't no such thing as tomorrow. We only got today.
Rise up and aggressively move forward down the path. Get yourself in the game. Shut down all those pathetic excuses and get after it.
You control your feelings. Don't nobody else control your feelings. So when you tell me I ain't feeling it no more, it don't got nothing to do with something external. It's something internal that you ain't pushing no more. You push you. You gotta move you every single day. If you get to a point in your day and you down and out, if you get to a point in your day and you exhausted, you get to a point in your day and you're not feeling it, you can stop right there and change the mood. Nothing controls you. You control your feelings. You control your mood. Nobody control your mood. You saw something that threw you off, well, see something that throw you back on.
What the hell are we all waiting for to start attacking life? You waiting for the fucking stars to align? There is no perfect time to start. You gotta start now with changing your life. We're all being tested in life. And guess what? This is one test you can't cheat on. You gotta do your best work when you're least motivated. So those days you don't want to do it, guess what you gotta do? You gotta suck it the fuck up to do it. Stay hard.
All right, everybody, how you doing? Good evening, good afternoon, all that good stuff wherever you're at. All the way from the Philippines, all the way down to here to the Maine, and Maine all the way across the United States, back to Washington, the state of Washington. All right, good evening, everybody. Good to see you. We even got even Minnesota, old cold Minnesota, minus some odd degrees. I think -2 or -100. I don't remember. But anyway, it's cold. All right, cool. All right, a lot of you are here. Congratulations. Happy New Year. Merry Christmas. 22 is here. I told you this last year. If you want, I could find it.
Knowing one thing in life.
Or I said last year, this time last year when I gave a webinar, I said, if you do not have your goal or plan written down before 22 or before 21, because it was in 2020, in December 2020, when I said for 2021, you don't have your goals written down, you're going to have the same pattern, the same thought
in a
patterns,
stadium
the same
or on a stage. There are no
same
medals
everything.
handed out.
Your business is going to be looking the
It
same.
happens in the darkness of the
You have
early
some
morning.
things written down.
In
You might have a
solitude,
little movement,
where
but
I
on
try,
top of that, if it doesn't scare you,
and I
if
try
your
again,
business plan about
with
your future
everything I
of your
have to
business
be the
doesn't
best
scare
that
you,
I can
then it's
possibly
not big
be,
enough.
better than I
It
was
must be
yesterday.
so big that you say
Better
there's
than
no
people
way,
thought I could be,
and it
better
scares
than
you
I
because
thought
now
I
you're going
could
to
be.
have to do something
Then
that you
claim
don't know who you
one
are.
victory
Everybody wants
that
to live
no one
comfortable.
can ever take
Well,
away
if
from
you're
me
comfortable,
ever.
that's exactly the way your business
The
is going to
victory
go.
that is
And if
earned
you're all
every
scatterbrained,
single
which
day.
means you're all over the place,
A victory of
you only can do one thing
determination
at a time. Get
and
one thing
will
done, move on to the
and
next. You
discipline.
cannot It's a proven theory. Two things cannot occupy the same space. Even in the brain, you cannot do two things at one time correctly. Einstein proved that. And the thing is that that is space in your head. I gotta do this, gotta get this done. That's crazy. You're not gonna get anything done. If you have not done anything, and even your vision board, you don't have a vision board done for 2022, get on it now. What's going to happen is that you're going to end up doing the same thing you did last year, but it's only going to look different, but it's still going to be the same spotted leopard, black spotted leopard that you painted brown or purple or green.
It isn't practicing.
It
It
still
isn't
has the
eating
same
right. It
spots
isn't making
underneath.
good decisions that you
This
look
is
a
what I'm
certain
talking
way.
about,
It is
transforming
how
your
you
business.
practice. It is
I
what
have
you
to
do
step
that makes you
forward
look like you
tonight.
look.
It's
It is the
different.
process of the grind
What
that
matters
shapes you and forms you.
this.
It's not the game.
We're
And that's
doing a
why
lot
most
of
of y'all
things
get
that
beat
we're
in the
really
game
looking
or
forward
make
to
mistakes
do,
in the game
and at the
because you
same
think
time,
grind is what happens when the sun
we are up
comes
to
out.
moving and
You
making
think
things
grind is what
different.
happens when
A
the
lot of
lights
people
come on.
think
You
that, you know
think
what, I'm
grind
going
is
to
what
change
happens when
this.
people get in the
If
stage.
your resolution
That's
has
not
to do
grind.
with change,
The real
you
grind
just
is
might
in
as
the
well go ahead
dark when
and hang it
nobody
up.
sees you.
I'm
When
sorry
nobody
to
knows
say,
what you're
but I'll
doing.
challenge
When
anybody,
you
but I'll
studying
take
without
the
coach.
MIT
When you
people
put in
that
those
have
extra reps.
somewhat of an
When you
education
watching those
go
videos
ahead
and
and
you get
realize that two
inspired.
things
When you
cannot
change
occupy
your
the same
music.
space.
It's
Not
the
even in
process that
thought.
makes you sweet.
You might have a lot of thoughts, but you cannot still do a lot of thoughts in one day. Prove it. Those of you that work out with weights, try to think about something else when you're pushing some heavy weight. If you have any fat bench with 3 plates on each side, or even 225 for some people, or you're done with the dumbbells, anywhere from 70 to 80 to 90 dumbbells. Go ahead and think about, oh, well, I've got to do this. There is no way. Your body cannot focus on two things at one time.
It's a hard journey.
And if you
It's a
don't
real
believe
journey.
it, look at your
It's a-
life
it's a
last
journey
year.
that's gonna take you
Look what
way
you
outside
sowed
of
in
being
January and look at today.
Yeah, go into
If
that
it hasn't
fucking
transformed,
hellhole
if you're
of
still
life
saying, well,
that you
someday I'm
have
going to build my business
fucked
credit.
you up,
Someday I'm
and
going to
fix
build
it.
my business. Someday.
voices in your
Someday
head.
never comes.
And you know what they're saying?
Someday never comes.
We've done enough.
Those who say
Take a
someday I'm
little
going to be in
rest.
love.
It's
You're not
fine.
going to be in love.
You
Until
can
you
take
love
a day
yourself,
off.
you're never going to be in love.
don't need to go
That's the
hard.
most biggest fallacy there is on the
what
planet.
those little voices
Until you
are
love yourself and accept who
But
you are as a
you've
human
got another
being
voice in your
before
head.
you get into a man or woman.
That's asking you
You
a
don't
question.
accept
It's
who you are as
asking
a
you, what
human
could you
being,
be?
the way you are, and that the fact
What
that
could
you
you
love
be?
the way you are,
What could
and
you
whatever
be?
that you don't
If
like
you
about
worked as
yourself,
hard as you could,
who cares?
What could you be if you imposed
If
real
you don't like
discipline
something about
in your
yourself,
life?
transform it. Don't change it. Transform
What
it.
could you be?
If you don't understand the difference between
I said
change
you
and
crank up the
transformation,
volume
look it
on
up.
that voice.
Google
Crank
it.
up the volume on that
It's a
question.
huge
Max
difference.
it out.
Because one always
Make
sticks
a
around,
decision.
and the other one
Yes
transforms
or
and
no.
disappears. For instance,
Are you going to work out today?
example of
Yes or
transformation.
no? Are you going to win? Yes
Caterpillar.
or no?
Turns
Don't
into
allow
a
for any gray area in
transform
there.
into a
Get rid
butterfly.
of the debate.
The
You know the
caterpillar
right
eats all
decision
these
to make.
is a
So
big
go
pain
make
in the
it.
butt for a lot of
You know
people
what's
that
so
like
funny?
plants and stuff.
We want people
they-
to make guarantees to us, but we're not
When
willing
they
to
turn
make
into a
guarantees to
beautiful
ourselves.
butterfly transform, they never go
Somebody
back.
gave you a guarantee,
to the way
30-day
they were.
guarantee. In 30 days, if you don't make
See,
what
a
they
lot of
told
you
you
are not
you're
willing
gonna
to
make,
give
you
up
got an
pieces of
attitude,
yourself.
you want your money back. But
Spiritually,
you've never demanded your
financially,
money back from yourself.
mentally,
You never
emotionally,
looked at yourself in the
socially.
mirror and said, you let you down.
You think you have, I don't care who you are, if you're
You keep
if you're a
saying you
dude,
ain't on the next
and
level
you
because
have
of
to
the
get the gab
You keep
with
saying you
women,
ain't in the next
or
level
get
because
the
of
gab
the
with doing
season.
this.
You keep saying you ain't in the next level because of the
Get
opportunity.
gab.
The truth of the matter is
You're
that
just
you
like
ain't there
anybody
because you
else,
ain't there.
just on a different
Have you
plane.
ever looked at yourself in the mirror and said,
Okay, if you're-
I'm
what
not
kind
getting
of
up
man
on
you are.
time.
There's
I'm
nothing
not
you
going
can
to work
say
on
to a
time.
man
I'm
that
not
knows
putting
who
in
he
120%
is without the
when I'm at
gab.
work. I let me down.
I know I have to get the
And
gab,
there's
but I
some
don't
of
need
you,
to
you
get
know
the
what you want, but
Who I
you
am
are
is who
not
I am.
personally willing to
And
do
if
the
you don't
work
like
it
it, too
takes to
bad.
get it.
Because
What you're
guess what?
trying
My life
to
is not
do is
dependent
do what
upon
you've
you
done
to
on
like
this
it.
level and get the next level.
I have a lot of
You
people
like,
that
I'm getting up
actually
every day.
train.
I'm putting in
Because
2.5. I'm putting in 3, and I'm not getting the opportunity. The opportunity might require getting up and working out 3.5.
It's like,
It might require you saying no to your friends. It might require you changing your diet. It might require you moving to another city. Whatever it takes, you gotta be willing to do it. And you keep saying you're not there because of something else, because it's easier to blame somebody else.
you know what?
That's the problem with some of you. You always want to hold other people to the fire, but you're not holding yourself to the fire. You owe you an explanation. You owe you an explanation.
You need to look at yourself in the mirror and say, why are you only giving 50%? What's wrong with you? You need to put yourself on punishment. You need to tell you no more TV, no more snacks, no more desserts, no more alcohol, no, we working out now. You need to tell you that you owe you something.
Transformation is so awesome.
So we live in a world that we want to be as comfortable as we can. And we wonder why we have no growth. We wonder why when the smallest thing in our life gets difficult, we wonder why we cower and we run away. Because we are kind of living our whole life is set that way. Our whole life is set up in the path of least resistance. We don't want to suffer. We don't want to feel discomfort. So the whole time we're living our lives in a very comfortable area. There's no growth in that. You will never learn from people if we always tap dance around the truth.
Same business, and he does a lot of stuff out of Jersey.
Rationalize it. Stop making excuses. Stop giving yourself little watered down assessments of where you're really at.
Blah, blah,
Tell
blah.
yourself
What the
the
guy
truth.
said is that pretty much
Are you
what he
making
said
yourself
is this.
better?
He says, look,
Are you making yourself
promised
worse?
me you were going to do this.
Are you moving
that,
forward or are you
never
moving
did
back?
this. It never happened. It never grew.
You aren't getting any closer to your 5-year plan or your 3-year plan or your 7-year plan or any plan that you've got.
Understand the way
Unless you get up and start getting after it.
Did you fulfill the assignment?
There are no excuses. You cannot choose success. You gotta work for it. You gotta breathe it. You gotta sleep it. You gotta eat it. You gotta put forth 120%. I don't keep you making excuses. And I stopped being a victim. I stopped saying I've got to wait for good things to happen to me. And I said I'm going to rise. I'm going to fight. I'm going to work. I'm going to learn. I'm going to do everything in my power to become a victor and not a victim.
To go ahead and prove it's not going to work. That's kind of dumb, isn't it? Then you want to complain and say you want your money back. Well, if you're not fulfilling what the agreement says, and then even if you have other agreements that were made and you're not fulfilling on your side of the deal, I don't care where you go, no court's going to stand on your side because you didn't fulfill your agreement. It's a big diff. A lot of people have different agreements inside the whole business arena. But the agreement is certain things. All right, you lend somebody money on a house, or you personally lend somebody some money. The thing is, they made an agreement to make a payment every month at a certain particular time. Or if they can't make the payment, our agreements have that if they can't make the regular payment, they'll make the interest payment because that's the money that's due you on the money. At least you know, again, where your principal is. You always want to know where your principal is because you know what to do with that. But when you put your money out there and expect the payment back, or for $100, you get $10 back. You want your $10 because that's the money that you said that you're supposed to receive from your principal. I'd rather have the payment of what's due on the money and leave the principal where it's at and then come back later and get it because it's easier to deal with because then you don't lose the people. See, here's what I'm saying. A lot of you come from an old dogma of how business is supposed to be run, which is already bankrupt. A lot of you got to understand that you are bankrupt spiritually, financially, mentally, and emotionally and socially by the way what you think how things should be. When's the last time that you really had a coach that says, hold on a second, where did you get that thought from? Well, and people think when you ask them that, they think they're being attacked. That's so funny. I mean, I laugh because one time I was there. What are you talking about? What do you mean? Well, how would I get that thought from? It came from my mind. No. Where did you get it from? Where did the thought come from? How did you manage to get that thought? Did it come from, did you sit down one day and write it out? Did you really think and say, okay, great. I never had this thought before, but how can you have a thought that you never had before and think that thought if it never existed before in your thought pattern? So every thought you have, even what I'm saying now, comes from some place. Or it's being recreated newly where I own it. It's my thought. I know it's my thought. And now I can actually say it's my thought that I actually generated. See, that's why a lot of you are so... I like the ones that say, what do you say? Well, I don't believe that's going to work. Okay, great. Where did you get that thought from? Seriously, where did you get that thought from? And you're asking that question, they go, well, they start dancing, all of a sudden they get all nervous, panicking, and defensive. Why? I just want to know where you got the thought from. Because you know what? No one knows how to articulate where they got the thought from. And then now you feel, now what happens, you go back to when you're like little mentally, emotionally, like 5 years old, and I don't know if I can get in trouble. Some of you got in trouble for not even knowing an answer when you were 5. Some of you got this you got, you know what, smacked out of you. Or some of you were nurtured. Hey, well, no, just tell me, mijo, or tell me, son, or tell me, daughter. You know, well, I heard it from, you know, Johnny down the street. Oh, okay. Well, guess what? You don't need that thought if you don't want it. You don't have to own it. It's not yours. You can have something new. You can have it the way you want. If you want to be the princess, you can be the princess no matter what anybody says. Or you can be the king. See, a lot of you guys, even I don't care, you're 60, 70, 80, 90 years old, still operating a 5-year-old mentality. The only ones that actually kind of mature, now I'm going to tell you, this is kind of crazy. The ones that only mature are the ones that get more in battle in the world. The world will either break you or make you. It depends how you choose. See, the world's not a fair place. I'm going to tell you right. No one ever said this world is fair. You must create your fairness inside of whatever beliefs you have. And some of the beliefs that you have about building business credit, even owning a business, yet alone begin to dream, yet alone to even believe it's possible. It all starts from you giving up what you know so you can have a beginner's mind, which is a good book to read, beginner's mind, so you can get where you want to go without dragging all the baggage with you. Some of you are in relationships. This is so funny. I laugh. I mean, this is so great. Forget about interpersonal relationships, because in this business is about interpersonal relationships. Now, I'm going to tell you, my originating circle is very, very small, but the originating circle feeds me. These are people that actually give me, they're putting fire on my dream. They're putting fire on educating me. They're putting fire to always make sure I'm going this way, not that way. They're always making sure that my lows were my highest highs, and my highest highs will one day be my lowest lows. Do you have people like that around you that are willing to support you spiritually, mentally, emotionally, socially, financially? And financially means a whole, doesn't mean what you might even hear. Oh, well, financially, they're going to give, no, they might not even give you anything. They might financially tell you where you can go and do something to retrieve money, or give you a good tip where, you know what, you put $5,000 here and you'll get $5,000 a week back every week if you go to this particular place and do a trading thing. All right? I mean, there's so much there. And then you can see the trades. I mean, it's like no one's hiding from you. But one of the things that you want to understand is that, what are you listening for? Even some of you listening to me right now. Some of you are listening to me right now, and this is, I'm telling you, when you're listening to somebody, do you listen to them authentically, truly, and openly? Which means, do you listen to them from, oh yeah, that sounds right. Oh yes, I agree. Well, you didn't hear a thing I said. You say, well, what do you mean? Well, the reason why you didn't hear a thing I said is because you're so busy trying to listen to what I'm saying. You're trying to comprehend what I'm saying. Then you're trying to comprehend what I'm saying to see if you believe it or not, or if it jives with your belief system. So you didn't hear anything I said. See, when you really have a true listening authentically, you hear what the person says without any judgments, opinions, and assessments that goes along with your own personal beliefs. This is one of the reasons why it's really challenging working with people, even though they're quality people, don't get me wrong. Even people with Einstein mentality, those are the most challenging humans on the planet. And I love them dearly because they actually have me grow inside of my listening. This is why I like doing this so much. You guys understand, you give me tons of money, billions and trillions of dollars of money, by what I get back from you, by me actually, when I start coaching and working with you. That's why I love this business. Because every time when it gets challenging, I know that's a piece I need to let go of myself so I can grow that much more and grow that much more. And that's awesome because, oh, I guess I don't need that piece anymore. So I can put that thing away, or I can put it in the toolbox. See, everything you learn, you can put it in a toolbox, and someday you might need it. You can put, oh, you know what? I need that right now for this particular thing. Boom. You put it back in, then you put it back. See, a lot of you are not even free. Some of you are in what do you call it? Intimate relationships. And you're not even in the relationship, to be honest with you. If you really want to know if you're in an intimate relationship, guess what? I'm not going to say problems don't show up. Challenges do, but not problems. Challenges show up because, again, you're dealing with a male and female, or male, female, however that goes. You're still dealing with two different human beings attempting to work with the synergy called relationship, intimate. What does it look like? What does it look like over here? What does it look like over here? Then you have expectations and expectations. See, a lot of people, when I work with them, I said I want to talk to them because I want to find out their expectations of what they expect, what building business credit looks like, what it looks like for them, what they expect from us, not from me, but from the organization, and then from me. And then I can tell you, we can do this, this, and this, or we're not going to be a good fit. And then I give them 3 great places that I like. I like the guy in New Jersey. I like the other guy. There's one in California. There's one in Central of the United States, Central Time. They're pretty cool. They're good. I mean, they give them all the basic stuff, and that's the most important part. I'd rather have them, once you get the basics, to come back. Then they come over to me, and I'll start dealing with other stuff that needs to be dealt with. But one thing, what we deal with, we don't just deal with building your business credit. We deal with the whole thing, everything, so you can grow and expand and transform what you're really up to. I have people that are afraid of getting business credit. Well, I don't know what to do. I don't want all those payments. I want no bills, and go I be in business. I'm going to just really broadly say this up real quick. If you're afraid of building your business credit and you're afraid of owing money, get out of the business and just go do it personal. Don't do it. Get out. It's not even worth it. Don't spend no money. Do nothing. That just means you're really not ready for that particular game in life. Do you think Bezos doesn't have any bills? Are you insane? Do you think Steve Jobs, I know he's gone now, but the organization that he built, that he left over to Cook, and who else took over now? The thing is, do you think that they don't have any bills? Every darn month, payroll. Amazon, payroll. Every week. You're talking hundreds of thousands of people weekly getting paid. So tell me, were they afraid? If you're afraid, just get out. And those, oh no, and don't come like you're tough, because you're not tough. If you were tough, you wouldn't have any fear about having debt in business. It says, how much debt can I get? How much money can I get right now? You don't think they were afraid? You don't think they run up against it? You don't think that, man, you guys still have not read anything about anybody I keep telling you about. Man, read Bezos. Bezos started in a garage and said he was going to, but see, you see where Bezos is today. This is what he thought about in the garage when he started. Yes, of course, it transformed along. I said transform, it didn't change. It transformed along the way to where he's hit today. Now, there's more coming, of course. But I guarantee you, every year going into business, he probably changed from 1 year to 5 years to 10 years. I don't care if you're 80 years old and you started your business today. You better have a 20-year plan. Have a 3-year, 5-year, 10-year, 12-year, 15-year, 20-year. Yeah, you're going to make some changes along the road, because even a plane flying from, let's say, LAX to Hawaii, that has to change course to get back on course again. That just keeps you on course. So I'm going to really tell you, people, if you're really afraid of having any kind of credit, owing any money, that's a mentality of impoverishment, because you've been told that from having credit, which is your personal credit, don't own anybody, don't owe anybody. That's correct on that side of the fence. Absolutely correct. Absolutely. You want to get the personal, you want to get out of debt and move it over to the business and live with the business. Yeah, you're going to have some personal stuff that's in debt, but you want to begin to remember that it's really huge inside of what needs to be done. But if you're really not up to having any debt in the business, you need to get out. Straight out, straight up. Or just realize you're not going to grow. No debt, no growth. End of story. Because that tells me, I had 4 clients this week that I actually, they were going to pay me I'm going to tell you straight up, they were going to pay me the $75,000 to $100,000 to go ahead and take care of everything they needed done, because they couldn't do it. And I said, no, I don't care about the money. I care about what they got up here, because I can't fight this. They've got to be teachable, which means, okay, great. I get it. If you're afraid, cool. But you've got to be willing to break through it. If they are, that's cool. That's a heart of stone. I mean, that's a heart that works. It's not a stone, but that's a heart that actually goes and works on many things. And on top of that, what you want to remember is, most of all, the best thing about it is that you have what it takes to be brilliant. But it takes sometimes someone to pull it out of you that really believes and listens to you in a way that makes a difference in your life. I'm looking at a chat. You're welcome. You're very welcome for saying yes. Thank you. And then, yes, thank you. All right. Wow, they're coming in. All right, cool. Thank you very much. All right, cool. So one of the things I want to let you know, and I'm just being really honest here, because you know what? You're wasting your time. You just go back to your personal life. Just go get a personal job, or, you know, just take a little money that you have. I don't care if you have $100 million. That's still little money. Because if you don't use it right, it'll dwindle down to nothing. And one thing, if you have $100 million in cash, you're crazy not to go ahead and go develop a business that has cash credit, or building cash credit, or building credit to the business itself. OPM is the only way that you're ever going to make business happen. If you're not willing to be in debt, then you're not willing to build a business. That's simple. That's it. So now, with that said, let's begin to move on, because most of all, I thank you for the comments. I'm trying to ready to move on. All right, but anyways, we make the difference not only for you to grow your business, we make a difference so you can remove the barriers. We just show you the blind spots, and now you can make the choice either, whoa, let me get back in the lane here, or you know what, I'm going to change lanes, and I'm going to go ahead and go this way. Or I'm going to take a lane I've never been on, and it's going to be a scary ride, but usually the scary ride usually comes out good, because roller coasters do come out pretty good at times. All right, so one thing I want to let you know, one of the differences that makes a difference is building your business credit, and it's awesome when you do. And also another thing, what I want to go ahead and do is let you know right now is that we're going to take a 5 minute at the maximum, 5 minutes. We're taking a 5 minute at the most, 5 minutes. I'm going to pause it as well, 5 minutes, but to listen to this, what's playing. Listen to what I'm going to play for you right now. Just listen to it. A break means listen to this. That's what I'm saying.
It's 44 degrees and it's nice and rainy outside.
Really listen to this.
But no one cares about that. It's not about the rain. It's what the rain represents. Life is always giving you a test. Trying to give you a way out. Trying to give you an excuse not to show up.
People have this reoccurring nightmare that there's some force that's got a hold of them, and it's holding them down, and they can't break free. No matter what they do, they can't break free from that force. Well, I'm here to tell you that thing in your nightmare, that thing that's holding you back, that thing that's dragging you down, that thing is you.
Go out there and start fucking walking. Put some shoes on, start running. Go to the gym. Do the elliptical trainer. It's not rocket science. A lot of folks talk about overtraining. You gotta train first before you can overtrain. Sometimes you wake up in the morning time and you're sore and you feel like you're overtrained. No, you got sore fucking legs. Get out of your own head and stop overthinking it. Stay hard.
I don't care how small it is. I don't care how minuscule the movement is, but make movement. Move forward and do that every single day, no matter what. Including today. You aren't getting any closer to your 5-year plan or your 3-year plan or your 7-year plan or any plan that you got unless you get up and start getting after it today.
This is my excuse today. But guess what? You gotta have the mentality to show up every fucking day of your life. No matter what life throws at you. It's our responsibility to show up to the Coliseum of life. Prepared for fucking battle. I don't care what you're going through, what life's throwing at you. It's your responsibility to find your new 100%. Take it upon yourself to do that. Stay hard.
Those days that you don't want to do anything, you're too tired, too sore, you just don't feel like it, those days, those are the days that count. When you have those feelings, it's even more important to step up and get some. If you've got something to do, don't put it off till tomorrow. Don't do that. Don't voluntarily do anything tomorrow that you should be getting done today. Get it done today. Don't wait. attack it, destroy it, and move on.
We all have two people. We all have two people. And I'm not saying you're crazy. We have the easy voice, which is that 20% telling yourself that I'm easy at 90% of my full potential, maybe 100% at that 20%. That's that voice that we all love. This other voice that we walk very far away from is the voice saying, hey man, you ain't doing shit. So we try to get this voice out of our head completely. And we live over here in this lane. So what you have to do first is turn up this voice over here. The voice saying things to you that aren't nice. That it's in our head saying, you know what, man? You're not doing shit. It's not putting yourself down. People take this the wrong way in this new society. I'm not saying to put yourself down. I'm saying listen to the truth. And the truth isn't in the 20%. The truth is in this other part of your brain saying, look, man, you're wasting a bunch of percentage here. We have 80 more percent that we're not tapping into because in this other 80% is suffering, pain, failure, self-doubt, darkness, and then a whole bunch of light.
So easy. So easy to put things off. So easy to say, you're going to do it tomorrow. Well, I want you to reprogram your brain and tell yourself that tomorrow is not a viable option. Tomorrow doesn't work. You do it today. You get it done today. That's what you do. Go get some.
All right, guys. Okay, cool. That's what I want you to hear. Why? Because of the fact that it makes a difference.
Against you.
All right, because
it's
this
the only
year is
thing
not going to be the year
in the
when you
history
get
of
all
the
these
fucking world that shows up on time
you're going to ask
every time.
Fulfill on what you say you're going to do, even the old ones. We're going to make new agreements and everything else, what you're going to do. And if you don't like it, too bad. Then go somewhere else that won't care about you, that won't love you because of the fact it's going to be like strong love. Why? Because we want to make sure that you, what you said where you want to go, we're with you. We listen to you already as a Fortune 500 or Fortune 100. We don't listen to you, well, I'm afraid of credit. Man, grow up, mature, be a grown-up human being, whether you're whatever you are, but be a grown-up human. Time to human up. All right, cool. Let's go and let's get moving. All right, first of all, I want to let you know is this. Read this right here. It tells you Dun & Bradstreet. Do you know anything about Dun & Bradstreet? Oh, I know. It gives me all the numbers. No, there's more than that. Dun & Brad is a factual-based organization. Anything out of whack will throw your business off. But also, if you have proof that you've had a business before, I don't care if you had a garage business. If you had proof you had a garage business when you were 18, 19, or 16 years old, and you have a permit that was in your name back then, or you can find anything that shows that you really were in there, they will take that as evidence because they ask you, how long in business? Not when you were incorporated. You guys got to learn to read. How long in business? Then they ask you when incorporated. Because you could have been in business before you incorporated, and now you're incorporated, so you've been in business that long. They give you the history. And it's a lot easier when you get that history. But no one teaches you this. I'm just kind of giving you a little butter on the bread and a little jam on it, okay? There's more stuff that goes behind it. But I'm giving you the logistics and what I do. And our people team does. I'll do it. I go take care of it. For most people, pay me to go ahead and do it because they don't want to talk to them. Because if you talk to them, they're pretty smart. They're not dumb. And the thing is that I know how to be graceful with them and everything else. And I'm not intimidated by them because, you know what, whatever. They're always I know they're going to try to sell me something. But you've got to be aware that what to say, what not to say. Because they'll use it against you to go ahead and not connect the dots. So, anyways. All right, so the next thing is this. I'm going to give you something else. How about another little surprise? How many of you would like to know that about the United States? Oh, whatever. Hold on a second. But also another thing with Dun & Brad, you want to understand how they analyze and what they do, and we show you all about to do that, about their data and how the data works with Dun & Brad and how it works and what it does. A lot of people don't understand. They're self-reporting, but you got to be careful how you do your self-reporting. All right, so again, you'll learn more about the data cloud And you'll learn more about the enterprise analytic solutions view and the content on the hub of Dun & Bradstreet. And that's what we show you. We actually teach you what to do, when to say, the best time to change, best time to add. And on top of that, when you get the history, it makes sense to do certain updates on the program. And we talked about that as well. Because there's a rhythm, and there's a rhythm, and there's the analytics to that. So anyways, that's what we want to talk about there. Next thing I want to let you know is this. See, you guys all think you're all alone, but guess what? You have the corporate credit business. Oops. Sorry. You have the corporate credit business, but here you have the United States government is a corporation. Also another thing, look at the Department of Treasury, has a DUNS number. Look at the IRS, has a British Crown DUNS number and Dun & Bradstreet company number. There it is. The private banking system is also out of British Crown and Dun & Bradstreet business. United States, the same thing. Look at their DUNS number from the British Crown. You guys got to understand who you're dealing. See, this is the reason why you guys don't know what you're doing. If you would pay attention to how the United States started the business entity world, you would know how to set it up with no questions. And you will realize everything that everyone's ever been teaching you up to this point in time is bogus. Building business credit, but what do you do to protect yourself, knowing how see, the system set it up to protect itself, but the same rules apply to you about when you get corporate credit. You don't think that Bezel knows how to use it? Steve Jobs' organization or Cooks knows how to use it? Walmart, Costco. Just go and look at your Fortune 100s and Fortune 500s after that. They've all learned it. Now I'm going to tell you, every attorney on the planet does not know how to structure this. I'll call them all out. Call me any attorney. You'll have my number. Let me give my number right now. 855-886-7355. 855-886-7355. Call me, Mr. Attorney, and let's see how much you know. You only know what you went to school for, and the reason why you don't know this, you don't make any money at it, so you don't want to do it. Now, Harold Stokes was the only one of the best. There's two. There's one guy that's still alive that he made a great statement, and I'm going to find it. I keep saying I'm going to do it, but I'll find it. Where there was even he came out where I think it was not TikTok, it was on Vimeo, one of the two, is that he stated that LLCs, he cuts through them within 5 minutes. He demolishes them. So I've been saying this when they first came out. An LLC is only a limited liability company, not a corporation. You have no protection. You might as well just pull down your panties and say, kiss me. I'm serious. It doesn't give you the protection that it alludes to. Now, if you set it up maybe through a trust to do certain things, still the bottom line is you don't have a full protection like you do with a C Corp, because no matter what, the only thing you're never going to get away with is fraud. I don't care where it is, whether it's a C Corp, LLC, whatever it might be, you can't get away with fraud. It ain't happening. No. Here's another thing I'm going to tell you. This is a golden nugget time. Do you realize that if you're the first one to prove that you never had intent to do fraud, and they come and say you intended to, there's a way to go ahead and prove it before they even come at you. So if they ever come at you, you already have it. It's already done. It's already taken care of, and it's out there, and no one can say it never was, because there's a way you're going to take care of it because of the fact you were willing to do the extra work. Even though you're a small person, you still have the same protection as a big company, and once you grow big, you can still move that into the big company and grow it as well. You're going to learn with us, even when you lose, you win. You can always tell the truth. You never have to lie. The way we set up the structure, now I'm not here to be your attorney. I'm not here to go ahead and be your accountant. I'm not here to be your financial advisor. All I do is your coach and consultant and tell you what we get, what we learn from our attorneys. That's it. You can go to yours if you want and ask them. Every attorney has the same different opinion. Why? Because the statutes and codes are color of law. Squeeze it any way you wish. And I'll tell you what I mean by that. See, you might have a document that's in court in front of the judge. I don't know if you can read this, but anyway, this is time sensitive, it says. I don't know. There it is. All right? But on the back of the page, there's nothing back on the page. So the judge, when he's looking at your document, he sees the back of the page, and guess what? He can make up anything he wants because there's nothing there. But there's something you put in all, you can tell your attorney you want him back of all those pages, so he can't make up anything he wants. And then you kind of tie some hands. And then they get a little pissy at the attorney. You're going to find out most attorneys won't do it. Find yourself a non-bar attorney. Why? Don't worry about it. Come and join us. We'll tell you why. But here's what I'm telling you. The United States Inc. has told you how to set it up and have all the write-offs you need perfectly to do, because they can't have separate. The minute you become a C corporation, you join all that big group of people. That's right. The ones that got in trouble and the ones that haven't gotten in trouble. You're all together now. And on top of that, guess what? You can do a Trump, a Hillary, all the fortunate other people, what they've done. You can do a Trump. Trump loves debt. I'm telling you, if you guys don't like debt, you're never going to make any money in your business. Well, I want to run my business debt-free. There's a thing calling running your business debt-free versus running your business by debt foolishly. I'm not saying go have foolish debt. I'm saying have debt that's producing money for you. OPM. You invest money, you're getting 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 20, 30, 45% overall in your money. That's different. You want that kind of debt. I'm not talking a debt where you go buy yourself a Maserati. Oh, I get a write-up. No, that's dumb. You buy a Maserati with the cash you make from the business. You never use the credit to buy something like that. That's foolish. I don't care if you get to write it off. You want it. That doesn't bring you back. Whatever you spend, $200,000 on a Bentley, that's not going to produce the same return as you bought a $200,000 house 5 years from now. See, those are the things people don't think about. Get yourself a nice, beautiful, I don't know, Lexus. Have them tweak it out. Jaguar, I don't know. But don't waste your money on doing those small things. Another thing is that this year we have 2 companies that I'm working with that are my students. We're getting ready to take them to the small stock exchange, the penny stock. See, this is where you guys got to have big thinking, not just I want to build credit. Credit's just going to show that you're smart. You can build credit. They're going to look at how you use it. And if you don't use it, then you're not. I'm telling you, if you don't use it, you're telegraphing something. And if you do use it, how have you used it? What kind of returns have you gotten with it? Can you use it to go in the stock business? Of course you can. But you create a division for that. If you don't create a division for doing that, the write-offs you're going to drive yourself nuts. If you're going to put money into other places and businesses to where you're going to invest, to say, in the stock, you best have a division. Never open yourself up for any pain. There's many things you can do, but the corporation's structure has been set up by the United States. And a lot of you, it took years, since 1985 and to this day, I still study. And what they changed and how they secretly changed it. Secretly means they really don't advertise. It's still out there. See, you guys remember the old rule? They say this. And the thing is, ignorance of the law is no excuse. Well, they just telegraphed to you that ignorance of law is no excuse. What they're really saying, the ignorance of the statutes and codes is no excuse for you, because it's color of law, color of authority, color of office, and that means it's whatever they wish it to bend it to be. An officer in the street can make up you running a red light almost a federal offense. It's how he tweaks it and how he writes it and how he interprets the statute and code. It doesn't matter what you say. I mean, what you say about how it should be. It matters what you say and don't say in the presence of them. But a lot of you think you're smart rats. You got to understand, they're the ones that have the rules. They're the ones that have the color of authority. It's your job to understand that the statutes and codes are derived out of the universal commercial code. That's never, ever going to go away in our lifetime. If you were born today, that's not going to go out of your lifetime. So this is why I'm letting you know. This is why I'm studying this and studying it. And this is why a lot of attorneys won't attack it outside of the statutes and codes, because the statutes and codes were written for certain particular kind of entities. But no one pays attention to that because you're all smart rats, right? Okay, cool. I like that. All right, so the next thing is this. Here's what a lot of you do when you first start your business. You go ahead, you take personal money, like $3,000, get yourself a computer, $50 a month for Facebook and Google ads, spend $5,000, get a professional website built, $500 a month for sales software, and whatever. And then you use all your personal credit. Why? Build your business credit first. Build the business credit first. Build the business credit first. Or build it while you're doing yourself so you can pay yourself back. Most of you do this. You don't need to do that. Also, another thing is this. We work on the vision, strategy, plan, and action. So first, I got to know what your vision is. Then I got to know, okay, great. When I know your vision, I'm going to talk to you about your strategies. I want to talk about your plan. I want to talk about your action. I don't care about mine. Once I talk and understand yours, then I can kind of dive in and say, great. You said your strategy. You say you want to go ahead and do X, Y, and Z. X, Y, and Z. Yes, okay, maybe we should, think about this. What if we did A, X, Y, and Z? And then on the plan, we do Z, Y, X, and B. And then the action is A, B, C to get us to X, Y, and Z with all the other stuff. So it leaves you room to do things. See, we can build your personal credit with no personal credit check or guarantees, but at times there's going to a place in time you're going to need to do that. But when we have you do it, we won't have you get cards that you can't get yourself out of after 18 to 24 months, which means the company takes over the liability. And there's a way to do it in the structure that a lot of people don't understand. They don't. If they did, they would be talking about it. Go back and look at, you can go back and look at all my YouTube ads all the way back to 2008, 9, 10, and you'll see, even the people from the seminars that come to the seminars that I did live, I've always talked about this. But no one still, in fact, it seems like the longer it went, I don't know where a lot of the OG went, but a lot of OGs that knew a lot of stuff were gone. I don't know where they're. I don't think they're dead. Maybe somewhere. I don't know. But the thing is, they don't talk about this anymore. But yet it's so valuable. You youngsters out there, middle schools, youngsters, let me tell you, you have a lot of actually some great stuff because you know the technology. But if you can go ahead and assimilate this and realize you can put it in action, you'll be light years ahead. Those of you who are training and showing people just the basic stuff. And here's the thing. A lot of people that get into building business credit, their egos are so big, they can't hear anybody else. I listen to everyone else's stuff to see if I'm missing anything in the basic stuff, but that's all they ever talk about. I have to go into Washington, D.C. and go into certain boards and listen to them and listen to what they're saying. And I go, okay, great. And when they're talking about resolutions and so on, and then I got to listen for what they're going to come up with or about what they're going to do with this and that. I mean, it's just, those are I got to listen to those. That's what I'm saying. But everyone can do the basics. Anybody can show you the basics. That's why I say you want the basics. I can do the basics. No big deal. But if you want the in-depth and know what to take, the strategy is a big another game. Also, another thing we want to let you know is this: once we get your vision together, business credit can be used for purchasing equipment, advertising, inventory, real estate, and so much more. Also, if you notice, Google advertised. Now, if a lot of you haven't gone, here's what I'm saying. A lot of people are so focused on building business credit, which means this: focus on getting credit lines, business loans possibly, business credit cards, cash cards, perfectly fine, but you're missing out on the other stuff. What I mean by the other stuff, this is what I do in a seminar. I had a seminar. I had over $2 million in Google AdSense. And I was able to split it up between the group that came and give them that and split it over. And it's really easy to do. It was really easy. Those are actually really easy to move over. And I moved up, 200,000 here, 200,000 here, 200,000 here. And these guys got their ad click money. Google right now is giving you $500,000 of Google ads. And qualifying for it is easy. And if you keep it alive, there's some stuff you can do with that. You can sell it off, and there's a way to sell it off. See, everyone keeps telling you how. I'm going to tell you straight out. This not is even in your program. Some of you that are joining up with us, I charge for that. I'll set it up for you, and I know the people will buy it from you. If you don't know how to do it, see, this is the stuff people don't realize. How about I tell you before? There's some people that don't want the loans they have anymore because they're willing to give it to someone brand new, which will help them out. When I say give it, they don't give it to them. There's a fee to charge for it. And again, there's a way to move it over. And a lot of people don't know how to move it over effectively and properly, so no one gets slapped or hurt or whatever the deal is. But if you remember, business credit can use purchasing equipment, advertising, inventory, real estate, and so much more. So I just want to let you know, again, this is one of the most powerful things you can actually realize what it can do. Inventory. Right now, the real estate thing is we have money for anybody, even if you're not even an organization. If you want to become a money connector or a money broker for us, you can come to us and you could be living underneath a bridge. And I don't care. If you're living underneath a bridge, you tell me where you're at. I'll have someone come down and get you to a little place where you can take a shower and clean up and everything else and buy a new pair of clothes. And you can go out and start talking. We'll even make it the business card. We'll give you 500 business cards. We'll buy you a cell phone that's inexpensive, and if you lose it, that's on you. If you sell it, that's on you. And on top of that, we'll have a tracker on us and we'll know where you're at once, because once a week we want to test you to make sure you're not doing anything funny with your body. You know what I mean? But no problem. You'll make money then. It's real simple. I don't care. The bottom line is no one has to suffer. No one has to suffer. Everyone's always about me, 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 me. There's no me, me. Here it's about you, 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 you. Inside of you, everybody grows. You guys got to understand, being a contribution from your business is going to have your business grow. That's how all of the business you see out there, somehow, one way or another, they found out how to use the business and have the business grow other people. So, well, that's not fair. Yes, it is fair. They just figured it out. You want to play the game, you got to learn the game. Well, I'm not going to be part of the game. I'm not going to be part of the system, so I'm going to go ahead and be broke or poor or whatever you want to call it. Man, why are you going to do that to your family? Man, if you have family counting, you need to be out there and just start whacking it. Start going at it. You got a family to take care of, or a wife to take care of. You're a single mother, single father. You have children to take care of, or you're a father that has child support. Get on the ticket and make some extra money. Take care of those kids. Get them in the schools so they can work their brain. I don't care where you live at. Again, if you live underneath the bridge and your kids, or the state has to put you in hotels to keep you going, find a way. Find a way. Here, this is a one way you could work out of your own hotel room. Because the thing is, there's no way you can do it. If you do anything wrong with this, you can get in trouble. But you don't have access to the money. We do. We fund it. We fund it for the people that you find in real estate. Right now, advertising. You guys can get some free advertising. When I say free advertising, it's going to be, of course, you got to make the payment on the advertising. But why not do it for 30 days or whatever it's going to do? Equipment. I mean, there's so much. There's several people right now are ready in our organization that we have are ready to go ahead and apply for leasing. But my question is, I ask them questions, they're not ready for it, but they're missing out on a huge area. When you get an automobile leasing, there's a whole other realm that opens up in the financial world because they don't know what they're going to do. So I'm not going to go ahead and put them into a leasing where you get it and then they take it away from you. You've got to have dreams way outside of your realm of possibilities. Your realm of possibility is simple, but you've got to have it outside the realm of your possibilities that it scares you. What am I going to do if I have a lease and I have 4 cars that I can get? You've got to have to really think and say, okay, let's do the cars. I had one people Friday, the 31st car, look, I want to do the leasing. I don't know what I'm going to do, but give me the leasing because as soon as I get it, I'm going to figure out what I got to do. I said, cool. So Monday, tomorrow, I'm going to apply for the leasing for these guys. All right. Another thing is this. You must learn the SS form. All right? 1120s. You want to learn this because this will give you lots of write-offs and limited liability. Think about that. This is what you're all looking for. This is what most of you are looking for. Most of you are looking for to go ahead and get these particular cards. Some I need tractor supplies. Exxon, BP, Exxon, ETS, Ford. Ford right now just has been giving out $285. Dell, Best Buy. Some of you don't even. Here's another thing. Some of you are ready for Best Buy. Some of you are ready for Dell. But you don't see. Well, if I apply for it and I get it, well then guess what? You want to start thinking. If you're even let's say that you're an Uber driver. Lease another car for yourself and put the other guy to work. Make a split with him. Whatever you got to do. You have no car? Can't afford the car payment? Can't afford the insurance? Here's what I'm going to do. Let's do a 70-30 split. You keep 70%. At the end of the day, everything is made. And every day, the system's set up to take a little piece of the insurance out, a little piece of the car payment. So your car payment's always made. And on top of that, you keep 70% of the net, and I get 30% of the net. A lot of 30% of pie equals a whole pie eventually. So these are a lot of things people begin to look for. But a lot of you are afraid to dream when you say, I never thought of that, because you're not dreaming. You don't have a dream board. Here's what a lot of your dream boards look like. How are you supposed to operate like that? How are you supposed to operate on a dream board that looks like a mountain? Nothing there. This is what your dream board looks like. Blank. And you're operating that way. And you think, oh, well, you can't make it up on the fly. If you do, that's exactly how it's going to show up. Now, the Mastermind and Millionaires Makers in the Mind, and also the Power of Three program, and also the Billionaires Mastermind Conversation. The minute you want to join, the first thing you ask is to take a photo snap of your board, your vision board, and then tell us what it means. Then they have to approve it. I don't. They get stuck in a vote. I'm the last vote, but on that, I don't do it. It's their rule. I'm just like a facilitator. Why? Because they share ideas. Here's another thing I'm going to tell you. When you start getting in a group like that, you start expanding. Then all of a sudden, the group gets to know you. Then all of a sudden, here's what happens in the group. It's easier when we can actually meet. But this year, we're going to end up meeting. And if you're invited, you're invited. If you're not, you're not. The thing is that they have cards to give away. What I mean by this, you don't have this card, no problem. They get on the phone, they call the company and say, I need to get a card for X, Y, and Z. And there's paperwork that needs to be done, and we get it done. It's signed by you, sealed. And if you don't have your seal done, you want to go ahead and better get your seals done. And your stock kit done for everything you have. And if you're not sure, talk to your coach or your consultant what they mean. All right. So anyways, that's the next thing. Okay, I got it, guys. My team's yelling at me. Okay, cool. All right. Here's the next thing is this. You're going to learn the power of three first. Power of three first. Remember this. Borrowed money is not taxable. Don't spend money, loan money. Those of you, man, are so crazy. You have cash you're giving out. You're doing this instead of loan. If you had credit lines, a lot of you, and you're going to give, I don't know, money to this one place over here, money to one place over here, you're nuts. I would take money that is borrowed and loan it to them and use the money that I have and make the payment. A lot of you have no idea how much you're throwing valuable money away. Borrowed money is not taxable. Don't spend your loan money. I'm going to say one thing again. Those of you like those fact checkers out on YouTube and Facebook, I challenge you. Go look this up. If you're able to be paid in gold, which you can still, you have to request it from the particular area, from whoever's paying you if they can. Then you got to figure out which banks allow transferring gold, which means someone puts $1 million, wires $1 million into your account. Or have them say, look, I'm going to have $1 million worth of gold given to, let's say, Bank of America. I'm just giving you the simplistic version of it, so it's not the actual way. Now they receive it for you. Is it taxable? Is gold taxable, or is gold taxable upon you selling it? Go ask your CPA. So, I bet you $1 to a donut that it's not taxable until you decide to sell it. But what if you borrow against it? See, all saying, this $600 thing Biden got coming in. Poor lions and tigers and bears. Oh my God, give me a break, you guys. Please stop it. I've had so many people, I've even seen on YouTube and TikTok and all, they tell me they know nothing about the financial system. Dumb. Again, ignorance of the law is no excuse. You must know the system. I told you, go back to what the original United States Inc. founded the corporations that gave you all the way out. I'd rather be paid in gold every day, every day of the week. You can move it around. There's nothing IRS can say, and they hate you. Why? Because it's in the rules. You can borrow against it. Here, borrow against it. And if you default on it, then, of course, they'll tax you because now it has to get cashed out. So don't default on the loan. But borrow money is not taxable. Hello? Man, even the money you're going to give to people, I'd go to the bank and open up a CD real quick, say, can I borrow against the CD? How much can I borrow against it? If you have anything wherewithal about your business, they're going to look at your business. You know, you can borrow 100% of it. Now lend them the, uh-oh, I lost my little thing. Oh, well, cool beans. Now lend them the money that you're going to give them, and now you're going to have some credit reported from the bank as well. Oh, my gosh. You guys, please, please, please. Come on. All right, here we go real quick. We're almost done. Hang in there, guys. Remember, never underestimate the influence of private money lending. That means you or other people. If we have money to give you for, not give you, we have money to go ahead and access to so you can be a money broker to lend all day long. You don't have to have any money at all. You can use our money. My gosh, you can start yourself a business. You're going to learn also with us never to bring the pain home. A lot of you bring the pain home based because your ideology about what you really think, believe, and feel, you think it's all the way it's supposed to be. No. You've got to step out of that box that you're in, that you're living in a box that keeps you trapped and keeps you not only in other words, it keeps you in the change mode. You're like that cocoon never turning into a butterfly. You want transformation? Come to us. We'll make sure we're going to go ahead and just, like someone said, man, I just feel like you just ripped the whole clothes off me, and now I know the emperor's naked. I said, great, that's perfect where you want to be. Trust me, I was there. And I'm telling you, it was like going on that roller coaster ride. Tick, 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 tick. Okay, I was like, whee! Then I was just like, oh, that's all it was? All right, so I'm naked. Who cares? Get over it. Stop worrying about other people. A lot of you always on YouTube, Facebook. What are you on YouTube and Facebook? They don't make you any money. You're on YouTube and Facebook. And why are you worried about them? Worry about you. Watch you, don't watch them. Watch you. You watch them and make no money. Watch you and see why you're not doing what you're doing. You spend too much time on that media stuff. You watching too much of it. You watch also, don't get me wrong, I like football at the end of the year. Or when the Super Bowl comes around. I watch the two teams then. That's the only time I watch football. Because that's when the real game is. Because it's a winner and a loser. End of story. No coming back. That's it. And a lot of you watching these pro football, I'm telling you, why are you watching? They're already making their millions of dollars. Do you make your millions of dollars? And you complain while you're drinking the beer. Oh my, look at these guys making so much money. Because you're sitting there watching them. Turn that dang TV off and go watch them. If you're not making what you want to make, then until you're making that, you have no right to watch that. You got a family to take care of, or you got yourself to take care of, or whatever you promised. A lot of you will go ahead and sign it with us, and you will go ahead and, let's say we promise you something for 30 days, and if it doesn't happen in 30 days, you're going to come and complain. Oh, it didn't work, it didn't work. Well, when's the last time when you promised yourself something? Why don't you go to yourself and complain and ask for your money back? Because you won't, because you know you're lazy. I'm calling it like it is. I'm fortunate, I'm sorry, but guess what? I love you enough to say it. And lazy never has a vote anymore in your life. There's no vote for lazy. You say you don't want to do it, do it. Even if it's midnight, do it. A lot of you don't realize you can apply for different things online at midnight. Huh. I do a lot of stuff at midnight, after midnight, 2, 3 in the morning. Here's the thing. My commitment to you is to go ahead and be the strong rock behind you, always knowing that you have someone to count on, especially you men. Y'all get all like this and this, that. Nothing wrong with you being machismo. Cool, come to me, find me. I don't care about all that. I'm still going to listen to you as a powerful person who you already are anyways. I listen to your victory, not to what you do all this lip service like a little girl. And I listen to women who they really are. And they're very powerful because they don't have all the nonsense that men have. We got all this lot of goofy stuff going on. And I just listen to them, and I don't do say much to them. Okay, great. What are you going to do? It's amazing. They said, well, this is what I'm going to do. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, great. When's that action going to happen? It's going to happen today. Okay, great. Are you willing to email me when you get it done? Absolutely. And they're on it. They don't mess around. Women are very powerful in business, and I really enjoy working with them, not because they're a woman, because they know who they are as a woman and a man. Oh, I know who I am as a man. You don't know yourself. You have to come that way. You know yourself, who you are as a man, when you really don't have to prove you're a man. I mean, you guys, I understand it. I could be that way too, but you know what? At the end of the day, some of you can't even write checks because your ego is so big. The check's not big enough. You can't even cash it. Remember this, guys. You want to make it in business? Then don't worry about anybody else, because who you're playing against is no one else but you. The game is against yourself. Who are you playing with against today? You. Nobody else. Just because someone else down the road is making $1 million, $2 million, $5 million on what your business you're doing has nothing to do with you. It's all about you. Either you're in the way or you're not. You choose. Either you think it's the way it needs to be done, or you listen to a coach that coaches you, which shows you some blind spots. Oh, okay, great. Now I'll go that way. Life is about understanding that the fact that you can make things happen, but a coach only can give you the blind spots that they see about you, just like they do when they train a basketball player. And it doesn't mean there's anything wrong with you. You're still going to do what you're going to do. But if you want to really get to the top of the mountain, the thing is you've got to realize you're never going to get there. You go, what? You're never going to get to the top of the mountain because you're always going to be climbing. But you need a Sherpa to keep you going. So when you look at it, I'm never going to get to the top. Yeah, you're going to have moments you just take a chill, now climb again. See, in life, there's no top of the mountain. The minute you get to the top of the mountain is when you start getting lackadaisical. You start being mean and rude to people. You forget what the people have done for you. You forget about your employees that you serve, but they served you too. There's no top. Yes, there's a plateau where you can go ahead and breathe, then you go again. And the Sherpa says, time to go, let's go, let's pack it up, let's go, let's go. There's never a top. And that's the beauty, and that's the excitement, because you know there's never a top, but it's a place you can relax and go enjoy. Time to go again, because I'm going to go to a next level, then a next level. Everyone can talk next level, but when it comes time to pay, they don't want to pay up. And I don't mean financially, I mean time to pay to get going. Who's more hungry, the lion at the top of the mountain or the lion climbing the mountain? That's why you always want to keep climbing. All right, you're going to learn about also different what business experience is, what it does. All I want to say is I want to be here to repackage your whole life. That's all I want to do. Repackage your whole life so you can have exactly what you want, when you want it, how you want it. Also, another thing I want to let you know is this. One thing about us, give us 90 days to kind of get your business straightened out so you can get on the way to your $1 million dream at least. I also want to say thank you very much for tonight. Here you can give us a call tomorrow, today, even our operators are still available. 855-886-7355, 855-886-7355. Give us a call. God bless you all. We love you. And most of all, remember, you are a champ. And remember this, you can have what you want. Just get out of your way. That's it. End of story. Love you. Have a fantastic evening. Happy New Year's. And we'll see you Wednesday night.